HDS, and I'm delighted to be moderating this conversation on the implications of the elections in India, Indonesia, and the United States for Southeast Asia. Joining us are three individuals with a really wide array of both scholarly and practical experience and expertise. I will introduce each of them in turn, and from there we can come to our discussion. So starting at my far left, Hai Nguyen is the co-founder and director of the Global Vietnam War Studies Initiative and the Unseen Legacies of the Vietnam War Project at the Harvard Kennedy School. A historian by training, like me, he has devoted his career to exploring the history and the legacy of the Vietnam Wars, particularly through some really path-breaking oral history work. To his right, Fatima Sumar is the executive director of the Story Center for International Development and a lecturer in public policy at the Kennedy School. Before joining CID, she served in the Biden administration working on matters of international development, and prior to that worked for a number of lawmakers on foreign policy issues. And finally, to my immediate left, Peter Limjarunrat is chief advisor to the leader of Thailand's Move Forward Party. For those of you who don't know Peter's history, he led the Move Forward Party to victory in Thailand's 2023 elections and was poised to become prime minister, but his ascent was thwarted by the country's Senate and its unelected constitutional court. So he's now serving as an advisor, but before he entered politics, Peter also worked at Grab, Agri-Food, and BCG, so experience both in the worlds of politics and business. So before we come to our conversation, let me briefly set the scene for those of you who need any reminder of the events that have transpired over the last 9 months. So in February 2024, Indonesians went to the polls and elected as their president Prabowo Subianto in the first round of balloting. Over 7 weeks then, between April and June of 2024, Indians re-elected Narendra Modi as prime minister for a third term, although his BJP lost its outright majority in the Lok Sabha, and Modi had to cobble together a coalition government for the first time. And finally, 2 days ago, Americans went to the polls in a hotly contested election and elected as their president Donald Trump, who became the first Republican to win the national popular vote in 2 decades. Now, our goal today is to think through the implications of these elections for Southeast Asia. I know some of this material is